Hey everyone, I am Jessica with GuestHook, and if you haven't heard of GuestHook, we are a copywriting and content agency that was created specifically for vacation rentals. And one of our most popular services is our listing description service. Uh, Everyone needs a listing description for Airbnb, VRBO. If you have your own website, you need to put your description of your property into words. And so that's where we come in. We will write that for you. And today I'm going to give you a little peek into what that process looks like when a client comes to us with a listing that they want us to edit, as opposed to starting from scratch. Sometimes a client will say, I've got some bones here that I like, but I need some help really fine-tuning it. So we can help with that. If you follow us on Facebook, you may have seen our call for volunteers to have us live edit their listing for free here on this little video series we're putting together here. We're going to try to get to all of those, all the people that have volunteered in the coming weeks. But for now, we're going to start with one, and that is Julia's in Melbourne Beach, Florida. So this will probably take about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm hoping to kind of just focus in on some quick, easy changes that Julia can make to really help tighten her listing. Just share my screen for you here. All right, so I've got Julia's listing pulled up here. So I'll take you through some of the photos to start. This wasn't actually the first one. I'll go back to the beginning. Really lovely place, a lot of personality, right on the beach, beautiful chairs with your morning coffee, lots of color. Looks like a really fun place to be. So we want to make sure that that comes through in the listing. So let's take a look at what Julia's got here. Okay, so as I was going through this, one thing I noticed is that it's a little bit on the long side. I've gone ahead and inputted this into our system that we use at GuestHook. So if you purchase a listing with us, we use this system to write and edit descriptions. And so Julia's here. If you scroll down, we have an automatic word count. So she's right now at 788 words, and we set our limit at 400 because we've really found that 400 words is a great length. Actually, less than 400 is even better. 300 is great, but it's actually really tough to do if you have a lot of things you want to say about your property. So this one's at 788. So we want to try to cut that back by half. So that's part of what I'm going to try to do today is get this down to 400 words or less. So Julia has started off on a really strong foot talking about the unique selling points of the property. She talks about things like it's a standalone house, the coconut palm lined backyard, direct beach access, all really important stuff, all front loaded, which is great. But as we're looking at this sort of intro section, I'm seeing some material here that we don't necessarily need. For example, there's this really lovely quote here, and I hate to cut it, but I'm just not sure it really works. If our goal is to condense, this is probably going to have to go. But we'll take a moment to appreciate the sentiment here, which is great. Beach living is the art of shedding, how little one can get along with, not how much. I really like that, but sadly, it's gone. And also there's a section here in the beginning too about Melbourne Beach, Florida. This is good, I think we should keep it, but we're gonna take it out of the beginning because people who are searching this are at least somewhat familiar with Melbourne Beach. So we'll save it, we'll focus more on the property to start. I'm just gonna move that down here for our reference later. Okay, now let's chop, slice and dice this intro a little bit. As I said, there's some really good highlights here, private, although we wanna make sure the message still comes across. But I think we can definitely condense that paragraph and this paragraph into one. It's a little bit more punchy, a little bit more to the point. I actually like the idea of starting with this, there's nothing like paradise found Florida on the Barrier Island. I really like that sentiment. So we're gonna take this out and we're gonna include that information elsewhere. I'm gonna go ahead and we'll emphasize private. I'm a little on the fence when it comes to using capital letters, but Julia had it in her original and I think it sounds like it's something that's really important. So we'll go ahead and leave that in capital letters. Standalone is actually one word. So we'll fix that. Private standalone beach house. Let's also combine this sentence too, actually. And turn that into with a coconut palm lined backyard and direct access to the beach. And we're going to go and put the name of the property in quotation marks too, because it sort of denotes that it is the name of the property, and that just helps people to quickly reference it. So another thing we can cut out here is this quiet retreat. I think that's kind of implied. So we're trying to be as economical as possible with our words. So we'll take that out. So rest and relaxation are the order of the day. I think that can come out as well. I do like it. But let's focus on the idea of the concierge services that Julie has. Actually, I also like the idea of switching these two sentences. So we do this first. Leave the planning to us and enjoy your beach vacation. We'll do a little colon. We offer a full complement of amenities and concierge services. We'll just cut that down a little bit. So now this paragraph gets into some of the nitty-gritty about the house and like sort of size and stuff like that. I think we can also incorporate some of the stuff from this paragraph into this paragraph. So we'll do it like this. How about this actually? All new for 2017, that's a nice detail. Our 2,300 square foot house is all on one level and offers fabulous gathering spaces and private nooks. There's also this detail about no stairs. So we're gonna go ahead and just put that here. I do like how Julie has mentioned that. So we're gonna put that there so we can get rid of that. Get rid of that. We talked about all new. We'll talk about the bed and bath count in the next paragraph, I think. So we'll cut that out. This line, perfect for family and friends. I think, you know, you can sort of let your audience deduce whether the property is right for them. You don't necessarily have to say it. Especially when it's something like that, where it's just family and friends. You know, pretty much most properties can say that they're appropriate for families and friends. Now, if you were particularly family friendly with toddler amenities, that kind of thing, you could really go in on the family friendly thing. But since that was a little more generic, we'll get rid of it. I'm not sure about the whole house experience and what that means exactly, but we'll find other ways to work that in too. We've covered this about the gathering areas and private nooks, so that can come out. And what I really like, what Julie has done here, is she's starting to focus on some of the experiences that you can have at her cottage. And I really like that. I like it so much, in fact, that I think I want to put this in its own section. So experiences at Paradise Found, Florida. And we're going to really talk about these in an experiential way. And if you notice on Julia's original listing, she does a lot of bullet points, which are actually really great for readability. We're a big fan of bullet points, especially when bullet points are combined with a bit of narrative like this, where it's more paragraph style. So you get a little bit of best of both worlds, if you will. So we're going to use that bullet point idea. And we're going to go ahead and talk about some of the experiences here. I'm also going to move, we're going to put a pin on the whole house experience thing, and then the 3-bedroom, 2-bath we're going to move down as well. So we're going to get right into this sort of experiential style for the listing. So experiences at Paradise Found, Florida. Share a casual breakfast on the terrace, or enjoy a coffee overlooking the ocean from one of our, I just like our. It's kind of nice to have like a personal pronoun in there to really connect people with your property. One of our beachside Adirondack chairs, and the chairs shouldn't be capitalized there, so just fix that really quick. And then we'll go with another verb. Take a nap in the hammock under the limbs of the sea grape tree. It's such a nice image. I love that. Or grab a good read from our well-stocked library. I actually do like the offshore breezes thing too, so I'll add that back in. And so this is something I moved down actually from the top. If you remember, this was earlier on in the listing. We're going to go ahead and have this as an experience. It's something that you can do basically right in the backyard. So explore Melbourne Beach, Florida, and its miles of unspoiled beaches, nature preserves, and endless summer relaxation. This I'm going to cut because we did talk about the offshore breezes just right up here. So this is going to go. Where are we on word count? Let's see. We've cut out about 100 so far, so we'll keep going. Okay. And we're going to combine this too. We're situated on a serene stretch of beach known as Barrier Islands. This can go. We may want to add to this bullet point a little bit later with some other information about the Barrier Islands and the location. But for now, let's just keep going with the experiences. You know what? I think we should say something about how close you are to the beach. This is a beachfront property. So strolling to the shore is a snack. Something like that. Just emphasizing the proximity. It's a good one. If I can get my bullet points to cooperate. Okay. So then Julia has gone into sort of what the guests have been saying about her property, like some quotes from reviews and stuff. I really like the idea behind that, but again, we're trying to focus on how to like cut things back a little, make it more bite-sized, easy to read, and all of the reviews are just right underneath this. So I think people are more likely to just go ahead and jump right to the reviews that are actually in the listing. Of course, I'm talking about this section, which Julia has excellent reviews so far, 8 5-star reviews. It's great. People will see that, love it. So get rid of that. I like cutting stuff if you can't tell. And then she's got into just some more bullet point style breakdown of what her property has to offer. So I think what I'd like to do now, I like this line. Feels like your family beach cottage for years. I think we're going to move that up to the experiences. We'll make that possessive. And I'm going to take that out of caps. Just make it a little more subtle. Beach cottage for years. Take away that. And so I think for the next section, what I'd like to do is focus on what the cottage has to offer. What you'll find here. I kind of like that because it kind of plays on the paradise found, what you'll find here. So now we're going to talk about some of the amenities. And I think we should definitely mention the bed bath count. So on VRBO, this is, oops, let me do bullet points. Oh, formatting. Always got to have hiccups like this. Okay. So VRBO is very clear about bed bath count. They know that that's information people are after. So there's other places where you can find it. It's all right here. So we don't need to, overload people with it, but we do want to include it here just for people who read more narrative style. So we'll do 3 bedrooms and 2 baths, including, and now you want to talk about the bed sizes. And I just remember from earlier, she's got 2 king beds and 2 twin singles. Occupancy maximum is 6. We're going to get rid of this, and now we're going to talk about the old Florida style, which I like. And Julie does talk a good bit about some of the interior design choices, so we're going to combine those into this bullet point. With light and airy interiors, and a beach in your backyard. So you can get rid of this. I don't know why that's putting in extra space. There we go. Modern amenities, kind of perfect way to get into with modern amenities. So this one isn't really saying much, honestly. We don't really know what modern amenities means, what makes it relaxing. So we're going to skip that bullet point and keep focused on specifics. something for everyone. So this is another sort of experiential thing, who it's good for. But you know, again, this is kind of broad, so I don't really think it needs to be in there. I do, however, love this shell hunting and turtle watching. I think that would make a great addition to this experiences around section. Let's put it right here. So we've moved that experience up. And so we'll delete that whole paragraph. Let's see where we are. I also don't know where we are on time, but we're now at 500 words, so we've got 100 more to go. Delete that. I'll talk about the family room and living room. I think we want to talk about the kitchen in its own section. We've already got this. Make a space there. I'll just add a note about great for gathering, because that was something that Julia had said. Private outdoor shower. So I know from doing this for several years that outdoor showers are a big plus. People love that on their beach vacations. They don't have to track sand in. So, and you've got hot and cold water, so that's great. So here's another note about the decor. So we're going to move that up to the old florist style. Light and airy interiors, Mexican tile throughout, professional decor, and a beach in your backyard. Okay, so we can get rid of that. This is nice, towels and linens. We provide all towels and linens. And then we'll create a new bullet point for the kitchen. Call it a fully equipped kitchen with everything needed. Or yeah, we'll take that and condense it with cookware, serving pieces, and necessary small appliances. So I'm not sure what Julia means here by necessary small appliances, if that means countertop appliances or the actual, or if the appliances themselves are small. Let's see if we can find a kitchen picture. That does look like a smaller dishwasher, so maybe she means, let's find another kitchen pic. That does look more like, kind of more like a kitchenette. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Julia. So we're just going to go ahead and assume that that means small appliances. So we'll leave that. Green egg cooker is sure to enhance your outdoor dining experience. But I have to admit, I'm not sure what a green egg cooker is. I just know the Dr. Seuss reference. But we'll just leave that in there, because I think that seemed, I think I remember seeing that in the picture, and I'm intrigued. But you may want to explain what that is for folks who don't know, or maybe people do know. I just don't. You talk about the quality linens, or best experience possible, which is really nice. Nice sentiment. Quality linens and bedding. We provide quality towels and linens, so we can get rid of that. And our guest loyalty, that's nice. We're going to cut that out for now, just in the interest of time and space. Happy to take special requests. That's nice. So we can put that at the bottom of this list for people. We'll go ahead and talk about the stocked beach closet. That's good. That's really helpful for people to have that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We talked about the kitchen. Fishing, swimming, and chilling out your back door. We kind of talked about that. I love that you provide 2 bicycles, 2 boogie boards, and 2 ocean kayaks. That's great. So people can have fun. Prep towers we talked about. We talked about the linens, washer and dryer. Always good for packing light. Oh boy, these bullet points wording me today. Okay. And we talked about the outdoor shower. We got that. Need something else? We're happy to take special requests. So we'll just add that to the bottom of our list. Oops. Okay. get it eventually. All right, we're at 405 words. So we can get rid of this because it's not really saying too much. These keywords, I don't think those are necessary. Julia may have a reason for including them, which I totally understand, but for purposes of this, we're gonna go ahead and take those off. These are some really nice experiences here down at the bottom too. So I think we should just go ahead and move these right up to this section. I'll put it before the settle in no time because I really like that. Hop on a bike and ride down the that back a bit, say adventures and ride to Honest Ranch Fish Camp. Tropical birds, okay. And then we'll just do, since we've had a bunch of verbs here, we'll change this to, oh goodness. Explore Cape Canaveral and its antiques. Golf and guides available for fishing the Indian River. So, all right. So, you know what I would do if I had more time? I don't want to go on too long, but what I would do here is have some sort of note that covers the bullet points where you talk about like the way that you cater to guests and how important guest happiness is to you. So some sort of little line here about why this place is important to you, why the guest experience is important to you, would be a nice place to drop in a line about that before you close out your listing. And I'm going to stop there because I know I went on for a while. I have a lot of fun with this. So thank you guys for joining me, and we'll do another one of these in like a week or so. Actually, I'll be in Hawaii next week. So not next week, but the week after that. Thanks, everyone. Bye.